And where are you from, like ethnicity-wise?
My family is from Jamaica.
What part, if you don't mind me asking?
They are from Kingston and St. Mary's.
Okay, cool. And where do you live now?
Right now, I live in the Bronx,
What part?
Soundview.
Okay, cool. And what is that? What is your what is it like over there? Like, what's your environment based out of?
My environment is predominantly Puerto Rican and Dominican, but there are a lot of black people that live there.
Okay, cool. So, would you consider yourself a minority?
Yes, I would consider myself a minority.
Have you ever dealt with racism before?
Yes, I have dealt with racism on a few occasions. The way people react, if you walk down the street with a hoodie, they'll walk on the other side, or they'll try to avoid you, or they'll avoid eye contact just out of fear.
Okay, okay. And what was your first experience with racism?
My first experience of racism was when I was in middle school, and people didn't really understand me, so like they would say certain things like, oh, try to mimic the way that I would talk, like saying things such as hey man or other things, because they didn't really understand. But it's not like it was anything too serious, because it was young and kids are ignorant, and it just takes time for them to grow and learn.
How did you?
And that's the thing about racism. When you're young, you really don't understand it, and that's the reason why it's so easy to take up when you're young. And most people's views in terms of race are developed when they're young, and they get it from their parents.
Oh, okay. So why do you think you experienced that?
I believe I experienced it because of the lack of understanding from kids through other ethnicities, because they're surrounded by so many people that they see that look like them. So when they see somebody else that is different, the way they react is different.
So do you think moving towards racial institution, what environment do you think this person was in that influenced their opinion on racism?
I don't really believe that they were influenced to be racist. It's just the fact that their idea of what English is, because of living in the U.S., they really don't understand how English, it varies in other countries.
Like other vernaculars?
Like other dialects. And I believe that television and movies and the way that American society views the way that Jamaicans talk is probably what influenced them to say certain things like that.
Do you think that's a common environment that plays a role on how someone views racism? Like through the media or through who they live with?
It's not really the same kind of like hardcore racism as in other things such as police brutality, but stereotyping is a part of racism, and stereotyping can also lead to other areas, such as seeing a lot of black people as criminals and a lot of black people as thieves and many other things. And stereotyping can be very dangerous when it comes to race.
What do you think should be done to put an end to racial institution?
The thing is, there is nothing that you can really do to put an end to racial institution, because racism is part of us as humans. Like, there's nothing you can really do to change it. It's always gonna be there, in one way or another. Even if it's not racism, it will be lookism or something else. It'll always be there.